This is the incredible story of Pizza Hut, one of the most popular restaurants in the world. The story of Pizza Hut dates back to the 1950s when two brothers, Frank and Don Carney, were running a small business selling pizzas out of their garage. The brothers had developed a unique recipe for pizzas with a secret ingredient that made it taste better than any other pizza around. They started getting orders from all over town, and soon their garage was too small to handle the growing demand. In 1958, Frank and Don Carney borrowed some money from their mother and opened up the first Pizza Hut restaurant in Wichita, Kansas. The restaurant was an instant success, and within just a few years, the brothers had expanded to multiple locations. By the early 1960s, Pizza Hut was already a household name and its popularity was only growing. But the brothers knew that they needed to take their business to the next level if they wanted to keep growing, so they decided to franchise the Pizza Hut concept. This meant that other entrepreneurs could open up their own Pizza Hut restaurants and the Carneys would receive a percentage of the profits. It was a brilliant move because it allowed Pizza Hut to expand much faster than if they had tried to do it on their own. Within just a few years, there were hundreds of Pizza Hut restaurants all across the United States. But the Carneys didn't stop there. They knew that the global market was much bigger and they wanted to take Pizza Hut international. In the late 1960s, they began franchising Pizza Hut restaurants in Canada, Mexico, and the United Kingdom. Soon after, Pizza Hut became a global phenomenon. By the early 1970s, Pizza Hut was one of the most popular restaurants in the world. Its signature red roof and iconic design made it instantly recognizable, and its menu of delicious pizzas, sides, and desserts was loved by people of all ages. But the Carneys knew that they couldn't rest on their laurels. They needed to keep innovating if they wanted to stay ahead of the competition. So in the 1970s, they began experimenting with new recipes and menu items. They introduced new toppings and sauces, as well as new side dishes and desserts. They also began offering healthier options so that customers who were watching their weight could still enjoy a Pizza Hut meal. The changes were a huge success and Pizza Hut continued to grow in popularity. But the Carneys weren't just focused on the menu. They also knew that the customer experience was just as important. So they began investing in new technologies and systems that would make the dining experience more enjoyable for customers. They introduced online ordering, which allowed customers to order their food from the comfort of their own homes. They also invested in new kitchen equipment that allowed pizzas to be cooked more quickly and efficiently. These changes made a big difference, and Pizza Hut became known for its fast service and friendly staff. But the Carneys didn't stop there. They also knew that giving back to the community was important, so they began supporting local charities and organizations. They also launched the Pizza Hut Foundation, which provides grants to nonprofit organizations that help improve the lives of children. These efforts have made a positive impact on communities all over the world, and have helped to build goodwill for the brand. Despite all of this success, the Carneys never forgot the values that had made Pizza Hut so popular in the first place. They remained committed to using only the highest quality ingredients in their food, and they continued to focus on providing excellent customer service. They also remained passionate about giving back to the community and making a positive impact on the world. Today, Pizza Hut is one of the most successful restaurant chains in the world. It has thousands of restaurants in more than 100 countries, and it continues to grow in popularity. Its innovative menu, commitment to quality, and focus on customer experience have made it a favorite among pizza lovers of all ages. But perhaps most importantly, Pizza Hut has remained true to the values that made it so popular in the first place. The Carneys' commitment to using only the best ingredients, their focus on providing excellent customer service, and their dedication to giving back to the community have all contributed to Pizza Hut's enduring success. Now let's move on to something really interesting. You know how we said that the Carney brothers had a secret ingredient that made their pizzas taste better than anyone else's? Well, what was that secret ingredient? Some say it was the love they put into their pizzas. After all, they put so much care and attention into every one of them that it's hard to imagine that their customers would be able to taste it. Others say that their secret ingredient was their commitment to quality. The Carneys were never satisfied with anything less than the best, and they always insisted on using only the freshest ingredients in their pizzas. It's no wonder then that their customers kept coming back for more. But there's another theory about the secret ingredient. Some people believe that the Carney brothers actually used LSD in their pizzas. Now, before you start freaking out, let me tell you that there's absolutely no evidence to support this claim. It's just a fun little theory that some people like to joke about. But where did this theory come from? Well, it all started with a series of strange events that took place at a Pizza Hut restaurant in Colorado Springs, Colorado in the 1970s. Customers reported seeing employees rolling joints in the kitchen, and strange figures were seen entering and exiting the restaurant at all hours of the night. Rumors began to spread that the restaurant was actually a front for a drug smuggling operation, and before long, people were convinced that the employees were putting LSD in the pizzas and feeding it to unsuspecting customers. Of course, this was never proven to be true, but the rumors persisted. Some people even went as far as to claim that the pizzas were actually a form of mind control technology developed by the CIA. It sounds crazy, but hey, it's the internet. anything goes. At the end of the day, we may never know what the secret ingredient was that made Pizza Hut so successful. But one thing is for sure, it was definitely something special. You might be wondering, how can I get my hands on that secret recipe? Well, unfortunately, the recipe is a closely guarded secret, and only a select few people know what it is. However, there are a few clues that we can find in the company's history that might give us an idea of what it could be. For example, we know that the Carney brothers were passionate about food, and they were always experimenting in the kitchen. They were constantly trying out new recipes and looking for ways to improve their pizzas. This suggests that the secret ingredient was probably something that they discovered through their own experimentation rather than something that they simply bought from a supplier. Another clue we can find in the fact that Pizza Hut has changed its recipe over the years. This suggests that the company is not afraid to experiment and that they are always looking for ways to improve their products. If we look at the history of the company, we can see that they have been constantly innovating and changing their menu to keep up with the times. For example, they were one of the first pizza chains to introduce online ordering, and they have also been a pioneer in the use of social media. This suggests that the company is not afraid to experiment, and that they are always looking for ways to improve their products. It is possible that the secret ingredient is a combination of all of these things: the Carney brothers' passion for food, their willingness to experiment, and their commitment to quality. Maybe the secret ingredient is simply the love they put into their food. After all, they put so much care and attention into every one of them, that it is hard to imagine that their customers would be able to taste it. Of course, we may never know what the secret ingredient is, but that's part of what makes Pizza Hut so intriguing. It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest things in life are often the most satisfying. Now it's your turn. What's your favorite thing at Pizza Hut? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.